Welcome to the 2018 NALCS. I am joined by the sweet land of Zach and Cody following a 2-0 week one for 100 Thieves. How are you guys feeling after these wins here?
Fantastic.
Quick and easy. Fantastic. Codysun, how are you feeling? Did you expect to come in this strong in week one?
Yes.
All right, well, that's definitely good to hear. I'm really liking these baseball jerseys that you guys are wearing. Can you talk about maybe a little bit about the inspiration behind these? Or was this something that you guys chose as a team, or did Nadeshot just roll in with these looking baller?
It was actually a secret he kept from us, so we only knew about it like a couple days before we played. So I don't know about the inspiration or anything like that, but he wanted to be different than all the other paintball jerseys, esports type of thing that they have going on. He just has, his own unique style that he wants to go for in terms of like streetwear and stuff like that. So he didn't really like the current style, wanted to do something on his own. This design is what they had come up with, and I do think I like it. Some people don't like it, but it's nice.
Well, I definitely think they look great. Cody, I actually have a question for you about your new team here. This is your second team where you're surrounded by 4 veteran players. Can you talk about what you've learned in the second year of playing with 4 veterans on 100 Thieves in comparison to your first year of play?
I think playing with Meteos and Aphromoo, who've been playing in ALCS for so long, they're just really experienced and their communication is really good. And yeah, I really enjoy playing with their game sense as well. So I feel really relaxed playing with them, and it just feels really smooth.
Now, for those who may not know, 100 Thieves was actually originally a Call of Duty team headed by Nadeshot, who has now revived the brand for this League of Legends squad. Out of all the new teams in the NALCS, do you think that coming from an esports background similar to Optic Gaming, does that give you guys an advantage compared to maybe the basketball NBA-funded teams?
Maybe. I do think it's more staff-related in terms of how good your organization is and picking up the right people. So 100 Thieves came into the scene, and their coach was, I think, their first pickup, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably was announced, and then probably had built out, the League of Legends division that we have now. And he definitely picked really good candidates, and we just all came together and made sure to do the 2-week boot camp that we did, put our heads down, start on the grind, and get to where we need to go.
Your entire team comes from completely different backgrounds, both in terms of like where you guys have gone in your careers and how long you've stayed on different teams. How's the clubhouse chemistry like? Have you guys find that you guys are having a lot in common?
I think for our team, because everyone's comes from different backgrounds, it actually just brings a little bit of flavor from every team. So Meteos will always say like, "Oh, this isn't C9. This is how we did things," and I'm like, "Well, on Immortals, we just kill the guy." And then Aphromoo has like the shotcalling from COG and the lane sauce, whatever, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." So I like how we incorporate everything for 100 Thieves, and I really like where this team is going.
I'm glad you brought the shot calling. I'd like to elaborate on that if you're able to. Aphromoo, we have had history with Ryu being a shot caller in H2K, Meteos being part of the communications. What's the is it more of like a directed sort of hierarchy of who's like the primary shot caller in this team, or are you guys kind of all contributing equally?
I think shot calling happens naturally when you play on a new team, especially. No one really should ascend to the top of the hierarchy in terms of being just the leader. What is the word? Dictator, I guess. So in terms of 100 Thieves, it just built out naturally. Meteos does really good calls. Ryu does really good calls. Cody does really good calls. Sunday does really good calls. And incorporating that and learning how to work with everyone together and what they want to do, how they want to play, coming to a solution. And then in that moment is where whoever has the most in the moment calls or information and is able to relay that as fast as possible and as concise as possible is usually the guy that'll talk the most. So when it comes to like in the moment calls, sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be Meteos, sometimes it'll be Ryu, someday, or Cody. So whoever it is will listen to that one person and just do that.
So again, you guys now 2-0 in week one of the new teams coming in here. Do you guys have any specific goals, either as a bot lane or just as a team as a whole?
For me, whenever I play on a team, my goal is always to get first place. And, last year I was really close to that. Ended up getting second, versus TSM. And in terms of bottom lane, I'm always striving to be first as well. And I think Ole and I got really far in terms of being a bot duo, and I'm hoping to be the same with Aphromoo.
Aphromoo, speaking to your synergy with Cody, you've played with a lot of different AD carries in your career, most recently Stixay, someone who you have been credited with kind of mentoring as a younger player. In terms of working with Codysun, what stands out to you the most for him as an AD carry?
Coming from Cody's time on Immortals, playing against him and stuff like that, they had a more roaming play style where they would roam a lot and they would make plays towards just moving across the map, and Cody would always be the guy that would come in last in towards the team fight. And then in playing with him on 100 Thieves, my sort of supportive style is helping my carries be elevated, and then I'm not as much in the spotlight as the carries are, so I do my best to set them up. And Cody's really good at playing those situations and to the best of his ability. And from that, he's very disciplined as well, because I do think he can be a lot more aggressive and stuff like that. He's been trying to do that this past game for CLG, eating in a lot on Ezreal, queuing people. It's pretty good, and I really like that in terms of having my AD carry be able to play like that. And he's very disciplined in terms of like when I can roam too. So right now he has the whole package, and all it is about is us coming together as a team, making sure we can fix up our mistakes and go forward with whatever game plan we have for that game.
Well, you guys are certainly off to a good start, and we hope it keeps rolling for you. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the 100 Thieves fans, or maybe fans of you guys as players? You can start first, Afro.
Dang, I should have came prepared for this. Have a thief quote or something. Huh?
Thief quote?
I don't have one right now, but
Fair enough.
should have made one
What about a sponsor shout out?
Sponsor shout out? Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Quicken Loans. Quick with the loans.
Go, anything else you'd like to say?
100 T.